What's up guys, it's Eric from B-Sonic. Today we have here a 2024 Subaru Outback. We'll be installing another Encore Alpha plug-and-play power amplifier to this vehicle. Shouldn't take you that long to install. At the same time, it makes a very huge difference. Now this specific car today, this car is equipped with Harman Kardon. So it already has a premium sound system. So this is for all of you guys that wants just that, a little bit more than that. Sometimes even the factory premium sound system is just not enough. You just want that little bit more punch, more clarity, and also something very easy to install, which will be our Encore Alpha power amplifier. So let's stop talking, let's get inside the car and install our product. All right guys, so we're in the vehicle, so let's get started. The first thing we want to do is remove this dash panel piece right here, okay? And then also this top piece right here, okay? So to grab this, you could use a panel removal tool like this, or if you have strong hands, you can grip the side here and just pull it out and just work your way to the left. And then also notice that this panel piece is behind this cluster, so we do have to remove this cluster. There's Phillips screws that you need to unscrew up here, and then we'll get that out. But before we do that, since I'm already here on the passenger side, let's grab the top piece out. So let's grab a hold of this and just pull it out. You could use a panel removal tool to assist, or you can just use your hands. Okay, all right, so let me go to the driver's side and then use a Phillips screw, like a short Phillips screwdriver, and then get those two screws out of there. All right, so if you look down here, there's two screws right here. Go ahead and unscrew these. Okay, once you have that, adjust your steering wheel so it gives you a little bit more room. Okay, lock it, and let's go ahead and pop this out. Okay, like so. This will give room for this panel behind it to come off. All right, there it is. Okay, so we left this the panel that surrounds the start engine button on here, and instead we remove the panel under it. So just reach behind there, press down the start release tab, and then we will remove. All right, so this is the panel I removed. It's all just being held by clips. We kept this on here, right here, so that it's easier to remove. Otherwise, you will have to remove the clips behind here, okay, this, and then there's also a Phillips screw here. So it's just easier if you just pull all this out together. Okay, so once that is out, it exposes these 4 10mm bolts. Let's remove them. All right, so while we're doing this, we're gonna lay some thick towel here so that we don't end up scratching the screen or any of the interiors. Okay, and then note that the vent stays, and it's only the center screen that will pop out. Just maneuver around it. Okay, like so. All right, just so we could pull out the radio a bit more, let's disconnect some of the connectors here. Just make sure you reconnect everything back, because if you don't, something's not gonna work. The connectors we're going to focus on are these two connectors on the bottom right here. This one and this one, okay? So I'm going to disconnect these two. Just press down on the release tab and just pull out on the connector, okay? And then let me grab my plug and play harness. All right, so here is the harness here. So those two plugs that we disconnected from the harness earlier, these two connects to it, okay? These right here, okay? So let's identify those. We're going to connect those, and after we connect those, we will ground this to the side of the radio. So let's do that now. Okay, that is our harness, and this is also our harness, both male side, okay? And the female side will connect to the original factory connectors. Okay, make sure you hear that click sound. And let's grab this ground. We're gonna ground it to the side here. Okay, right here. We're gonna grab a Phillips screw and then mount it right there. We ended up loosening this one to ground our wire here. It's a bit tough. It's very, very tight. So just take your time. And if you feel like you're gonna strip it, just move on to the next screw. All right, so we are done on the radio side, and let's connect this to our amplifier. Okay, and the gain is going to be set at 50% right at 12 o'clock. That's the default, and we can make the change depending on the vehicle. So what we're going to do is we're going to fire it up, we're going to turn it on, and we're going to make some adjustments to it. All right, but before we turn on the car, we're going to make sure there's no error signs or anything. So we're going to connect those two connectors back that we disconnected. Okay, and on top of that, just looking in here, we see that there's a lot of room on the bottom of the radio. So that is probably where we are going to mount the amplifier. In addition to that, we also have some room up there too. So you have a choice. You have a lot of choices for your mounting location for this vehicle. Okay, so we'll just leave it here for now. Okay, let's do some testing and see what works the best for this vehicle. So let me grab the start button.
Okay.
All right, let's turn the car.
When you know we've been down.
All right, guys, so we went ahead, we adjusted the gain. For the rear, we kept it at the default at 12 o'clock, which is about 50%. For the front, we did raise it up a little bit to about 1 to 2 o'clock. Any more than that, the speakers were able to take it, but it was really, really loud. And I don't think that you're gonna be listening to music that loud. Most people won't, so we kept it around 1, 2 o'clock. That's about the sweet spot there. So next step, let's look for a good location for it. And using the supplied double-sided tape or foam tape, we are going to mount it back here. So let's pull the radio out one more time. Okay. All right, and once again, let me disconnect these connectors up here. All right, guys, so we found that the best place to mount this is up here. So in order to mount up here, make sure to route the cable through up here, as I showed you, up here through this, and then we're going to just mount it like right here, and it'll fit perfectly. Okay. Okay, I don't want to cover the labels, so I apply the double-sided tape around the labels to not block it, just in case I need to see the label or need to remove my amplifier later. I don't want the label to come off with it. Okay, let me reconnect those two connectors and let me reverse order everything we just did. Okay, so if you look at it from the top, this is how it looks. Okay, you'll see the amp up here. Okay, one thing to know, these cars are very easy to cross thread. So if you're gonna use a power tool like this, be very, very careful. You could hand tighten it in the beginning and then use a power tool if you wanna be extra careful. All right, so just line up all the clips and then just push it back in all the way across. Okay. All right, everything's in. Let's push the top panel piece back as well. Okay. Just putting the cluster back. Okay. And locate your two screws that you removed earlier. All right, and then down here, don't forget to push this panel piece back on if it got removed. Okay. All right, terrific. All right, guys, well, that concludes our installation demonstration of our Encore Alpha power amplifier. So once again, guys, if you have any questions, leave a comment below or you can email us at info@beatsonicUSA.com. And if you want to purchase it today, it is available at beatsonicUSA.com as well. And thank you guys for all your support. If you haven't, help us by giving us that like and also subscribing to our channel. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys in the next video.